Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
How about that rookie? He is something else. How big is that?
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
You can do that. Black.
Hey, let's go! Friday show, June 16th. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, broadcasting to you live from Fairway Packing, the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. It's a little windy, Braylon Edwards, so we might get blown over or hit by this sign, one or the other. I'm not sure what's happening, but good afternoon to you, my friend.
I'd rather get hit by a sign than a ticket.
Oh, man.
That's like what just happened. You know what, Ryan? I'm at that phase where everything sucks. Like, I hate everything. My back was hurting, so my drive sucked. Today on the driving range, the ticket lady was a little bit of a meanie. She sucks. I'm mad at that, too. Everything pisses me off now, man. I'm just
Except being at the steak shop.
You pissed me off, too. You pissed me off in the text earlier, too. You suck, too.
Well, that's fine, but it does not suck to be here at Fairway.
Fairway Packing,
yeah.
Source, age, prime to perfection. Nah, this is the place to be.
So let me tell you, I walk in, and we're going to get a look. If you go online to our Twitter page, we tweeted out video of Braylon and I inside the shop earlier today. Braylon, this is your first time here. Talk to me how impressed you are with the steak shop here in Grosse Pointe Woods.
I'm really impressed with the steak shop. Not the first time I've been to a steak shop, but the first time I've been to one like this, exquisite as this. You walk in, they have everything on your left. It's prime. It's packaged for you. Got the price points on it. You see what it costs in stores or in restaurants, much like Eddie V's or much like Joe Muir.
Yeah, we got to talk to some of these restaurants.
Exactly, prime and proper. I'm like, whoa. It's not 175 here, buddy. But no, it's cool, man. It's beautiful on the inside, kind of like a wine thing as well, and both sides. I'm excited, man. But it's a dangerous place to be because it's Father's Day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, fathers like to get on that grill. The women expect us to get on the grill. There's a lot of things in there that you can grill.
Absolutely. So we'll talk to Gino Barata. We'll talk to Emmett Barata. We'll talk to those guys coming up a little bit.
DJ Tom T. freaking his spot.
Is
Tom
hello. T coming? We got some burgers here, by the way. Did you eat your burger?
He's not. I didn't get a chance. I was getting a ticket.
Burger shot. Braylon got a parking ticket.
I've been here for I've been here for 5 minutes, by the way. I pulled up at 1:45, and I was getting ticketed at 1:53.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, I say this in Birmingham. I talk about
Royal
Oak, man. Royal Oak is the worst, I think.
I don't know. After that situation.
Royal Oak is the worst.
Royal Oak is by far the worst.
Like, they'll just mail it to you. They won't even have a real person come out.
That's why I told her to keep the ticket. I was like, it gets digital. You're going to send it to me anyway. Downtown Detroit does that. Downtown Detroit doesn't even hand out tickets. Everything they just take your driver's license and send it to you in the mail.
That's all right. We want to thank Fairway Packing for picking up our parking tickets today.
This is true. With all that going on, I guess I should have went there first. Thank you.
Man, no doubt about it. Hey, guys, we'll talk a lot of NFL today and some NBA news. Really big news in the NBA earlier this morning. But, Braylon, I wanted to hit you with this. We talked so much about the Lions getting the invitation to be on Hard Knocks again. I thought it would have been a great idea for them to go back on Hard Knocks. The Jets, Bears, Saints, and Commanders have expressed that they do not want to be a part of Hard Knocks. So there was a report that Hard Knocks reached out to the Lions to see if they wanted to run it back. And apparently the Lions said no. They don't want to do it. What does that tell you about where their focus is coming in here? Year 3 for Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, and the expectation to be the NFC North champs.
I think it just tells you that they've done it already. They did it last year. They were very open with the NFL, very open with the media, very open with the fans. They let us know what was going on, and then the country got a chance to see the Detroit Lions and what they were cooking for the 2022 season. They don't want to go through that again. You know, it's a lot that you have to open up your facility. You have to come up with times. And if you don't want to keep certain things in certain areas, you got to slate things over here. Well, let's have this meeting over here at this time so that they can be a part and blah, blah, blah. They just want to win football now. Last year was a better situation. It was year 2 for them. They knew they still were in a learning phase. It was okay. Show the country. We believe we're a little bit better than people give us credit for. We'll show that to you. We'll expose that to you. Now they're trying to win an NFC championship. Now they're trying to get to the Super Bowl. You don't need that. I did NFL Hard Knocks when I was with the New York Jets, and it was cool. You forgot about the camera after a while. But it is a lot. It is a strain. You got to talk to him. You always got to be available. You always got to be on. And sometimes you just want to coach. Sometimes you just want to play. Sometimes you just want to go out and go around and do the things that are going to get you to the championship without having to worry about NFL films, HBO, and the Hard Knocks staff. Nothing against them. But they did it, and I understand what Dan Campbell and the guys did. Look, the guys that look, coach, we did it already, man. Can we just focus on football?
Now, Getta, as a fan, boy, it's windy out here. We love it. Oh, there goes. Hey, now.
Just make sure that tomahawk.
Yeah, just make sure that tomahawk doesn't blow over. I don't think that thing's going anywhere. But Braylon, it also, just goes to show you. Now, as a fan, I think yesterday when I was talking about wanting the Lions and hoping the Lions would accept this invitation to do Hard Knocks. As a fan, I think we all want to see what goes on behind closed doors. Yeah. And I do think there would be a benefit to the league as well for players around the league to see exactly what makes the Detroit Lions culture go, who these guys are now, who this organization is now. But you're right, man. That was good last year.
Yeah.
They are in a completely different space than they were 12 months ago. They are no longer in that space. Now it is all business. Now they don't need those cameras following them around because there is an expectation of what to do every step of the way. Each guy knows their responsibilities. Each guy knows their expectations. And now it's about going out there and executing.
Yeah, you know who it's going to end up being? You're 100% right. We'll come back to the Lions in a second. Who it's going to end up being is the New Orleans Saints. This is why it'll be the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints have never been on Hard Knocks. New Orleans is one of the major cities in America. It's a very interesting city in America too. Not to mention, this is post Sean Payton with Dennis Allen. This is Derek Carr now entering his first year as coach. Also, John Gruden is around coaching Derek Carr, helping Derek Carr, working with some of these guys. I think they're the best ones. You look at the Commanders, their organization is in shambles, with what's the dirtbag's name?
John.
There you go, your favorite guy, with Snyder. Yeah, with Dan Snyder.
Oh, Dan Snyder.
With Dan Snyder having to say.
My favorite guy.
It's a joke. It's a play on word. With Dan Snyder and everything that the Washington Commanders organization is right now, they don't want to be on Hard Knocks right now. You look at the Lions. Lions say, hey, look, we were already on last year. We loved it. We appreciate the opportunity. We don't want to be on again. The Jets don't want to be on because Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be on.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers wants his young guys to not worry about the camera, not working about, hey, oh, look at me or look at what's going on or I'm over here or getting this. He wants his young guys to learn the playbook, know the playbook, get in the playbook. He wants those guys to build that cohesion. So the only team that it leaves is the Chicago Bears. They're not going to go NFC North 2 years in a row. They did the Lions last year. That's NFC North. They do the Bears this year. That'll be NFC North. It's going to end up being the New Orleans Saints.
All right, Braylon, I do want to mention one of the teams that you just brought up.
My hamburger fell too bad.
Yeah, I know. You got to go get a new one. Is the Chicago Bears. News regarding one of their players today that I want to hit you with. Talking about Chase Claypool. Really interesting story coming out of Chicago. Where am I going here, guys? But I do want to get a break in. Is it Planet Fitness? Guys, I've got to get my ducks in a row here because I've got all kinds of wind and everything. But so we're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk about some steaks. We're going to talk about Father's Day. But first, a message from Planet Fitness. Come to Planet Fitness all summer long Guys, I don't think I have a Planet Fitness read.
Where your fitness is essential.
Where your fitness is essential. Here it is.
There you go.
I got it. Sorry.
Ooh.
Bear with us.
Good luck with that one.
Planet Fitness thrilled to allow high schoolers ages 14 to 19 in the United States and Canada to work out for free all summer long, May 15th through August 31st. Plus, they're giving away $200,000 to high schools and students. Visit the landing page for more information and legal disclosures, pfsummerpasscontest.com, pfsummerpasscontest.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard.
Corner, jumper,
Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media. Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com. If you are watching live, Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. We are here live at Fairway Packing Company, the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. This is literally one of my favorite places because I love meat. Your Sean Belegian was on earlier today. He was on Big D Energy in for Darren McCarty, who is in Chicago for wrestling, by the way.
Did you wipe the mic off after Sean Belegian?
Well, he's probably got 10 pounds of chew on here, right?
I did a show with Sean. My first show on Woodward Sports was with Sean.
Exactly. So Sean Belegian was out here. Now, Sean loves meat, okay? Sean has dedicated his life to meat.
Big pause.
Pause, as everybody's saying out here.
Right.
He was so impressed with this place, and I know you were too. We'll talk to Gino Barata coming up in just a little bit. Braylon, Chase Claypool in the news today.
Notre Dame.
Yes, Notre Dame, and formerly of the
Pittsburgh
Steelers. So the word on the street in Chicago going around is that the Chicago Bears organization is not happy with Chase Claypool. And this is per Waddle and Sylvie in Chicago, ESPN Radio 1000, one of the premier radio shows locally in Chicago. And they say that the Chicago Bears wide receiver, I've heard from a few people inside the building that he is not somebody who is very self-motivated. There's a long way to go. Chase Claypool can change the narrative. But right now, Braylon Edwards, he is not that guy. And you've been on that from day one.
I've been on it from day one. You know, it's a situation. Maz loved Chase Claypool. Whenever he talked about the Bears, Chase Claypool, like he was eager. He said, "Hey, man, Chase Claypool is going to be something." I said, "I don't see it. I don't see it in him, man. He never excited me when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Something about him, he just seems like a guy that marches to his own beat, the beat of his own drum. It's kind of like a DeAndre Levy type guy, if you will. DeAndre Levy was great for the Detroit Lions, but then he woke up one day and was like, you know what? I kind of want to skydive. I kind of want to snorkel. I kind of want to travel the world. I kind of don't want to play football, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're a team that's investing in an individual, when you're players that are investing in another player, you want that guy to be there. You want that guy to lock in. And he just always pegs me as a guy that didn't lock in. Ryan, I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers set the Chicago Bears up. And this is how you set them up. You ready for this?
Yes.
The Steelers don't pay wide receivers. We know this. So when you look at the Steelers letting go of a wide receivers, it's easy to say, oh, man, we got a deal on this guy. We know the Steelers didn't pay. They didn't pay Nate Washington. They didn't pay Santonio Holmes. They didn't want to keep Mike Wallace. They didn't want to keep Emmanuel Sanders. They didn't want to keep Plaxico Burress.
Antonio Brown.
Well, we understand that one, but the list goes on. You're talking Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl. You're talking about a Super Bowl MVP in Santonio Holmes. You're talking about Antonio Brown and 3-time All-Pro for the Steelers. So when they get rid of those players, you look at Chase Claypool and you're the Bears, you're like, well, they've done this before. They're just getting rid of the guy. They know it's coming up. They got too many wide receivers. We saw what he did in Spurs. This could be a good move for us. Steelers knew Chase Claypool wasn't it. They traded him, and he isn't it, and the Bears are now reaping that, and they're dealing with that. They got fleeced.
We joke about this a lot when it comes to the Tampa Bay Rays, Bray. It is if the Tampa Bay Rays call you, hang up the phone.
For sure.
For a trade.
For sure. Unless you're right, you and Maz, hang it up.
If Tampa calls you and tries to trade with you for a player that you think is no good, hang up. Mike Tomlin, a team that needs wide receivers, a team that had a rookie quarterback. Do you think they are trading away a young, fast, elite athlete if he didn't have a lot going on elsewhere that just didn't allow him to be a good player? Here's a lesson for all the NFL general managers out there and coaches. If Mike Tomlin calls you up trying to trade one of those dynamic athletes off his team, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone.
But that's why I say it's tough with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, Ryan, because at least at the wide receiver position, because you've seen it so many different times with them letting wide receivers go so the Rooney family didn't have to pay him. Mike Tomlin probably still wanted those guys because you're talking about Emmanuel Sanders. He helped the Denver Broncos win a Super Bowl. He's a damn good player. Santonio Holmes. I mean, I understand that at the time he was going to be serving a suspension when he ended up serving with the New York Jets, who are a part of. He's a Super Bowl MVP for you. I mean, you look at Washington. Mike Wallace was the fastest receiver in the league at the time, so it's understandable. But Chase Claypool is just a person I just did not feel that Chase Claypool is a guy that I could put my franchise on him, or he could be the number one wide receiver. He just seems like he's aloof at times, like he's doing something else.
Talking about other wide receivers, there is word out of New England that it is, I don't want to say close, but there was very much positive momentum on both sides between the New England Patriots and DeAndre Hopkins, who is still a wide receiver one, in my opinion. Would you classify him as that or no?
He's still got the best hands in the league, and he's still a wide receiver one.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Now, what he could do for Mac Jones and Bill O'Brien in that offense, that feels like a pretty understated spot for him. If I was him, I would not even think to go to the New England Patriots, but he does have a relationship with Bill O'Brien, the now offensive coordinator of the New England Patriots. Bill O'Brien was the head coach of the Houston Texans when DeAndre Hopkins was there. It does make sense on a personal level, on a professional level. I still wouldn't pick it, by the way, but.
So I wanted to talk about this because I wasn't in Monday and Tuesday, and I know you guys talked about it, you and Matt talked about it. I wanted to get into it, and here it is. If I'm the New England Patriots, I'm not letting him leave the facility.
Period.
You cannot let DeAndre Hopkins walk out of the facility. You're talking about a guy that still commands that respect. He's still going to see double teams. He still runs really good routes. Still has great hands. You saw what he did last year in a sample size. 7 games, he was 777 yards. Or 8 games, 777 yards. He had 6 touchdowns. So the guy still has it. You cannot let him get outside your meeting room. Last year, who's your best offensive player if you're the New England Patriots? It's the running back. It is the running back who they have, Ramondre Stevens. They bought Ramondre Stevens back. He's your best player. Who the F are you throwing the ball to? You mean to tell me you get a chance to get Mac Jones, DeAndre Hopkins? Mac Jones has had they have done him wrong his first 2 years. First year much better. Last year, I mean, you let Matt Patricia play offensive coordinator. You don't have any wide receivers. You don't have any tight ends. So for Mac Jones, he took a step back last year, as well as Bailey Zappi. You can't let DeAndre Hopkins get out of that offense. Now, when dealing with D-Hop, if I'm D-Hop, it's not as easy as just saying, hey, you know what, used to be with Bill O'Brien. You know why? He and Bill O'Brien have history, and not in a good way. but not in a good way. Part of the reason why he left, he had words with Bill O'Brien about how he was been treated there by management, by ownership. Bill O'Brien chose to side with ownership, try to side it with management. DeAndre Hopkins, bad taste was left in his mouth by Bill O'Brien, and most of it
is that able to get cleared up though as you grow older?
Yes, that is because you grow older, you
Right.
start to see how things work. You understand it's politics, it's business. You know what? I can't see the situation is gray area. So now once you get older, you can see gray area. Everything isn't white and black or black and white. So that'll be rectified.
What's the line of the movie? It's not personal.
It ain't personal. It's business, man. It's personal. It's not business.
Right.
Yesterday's price isn't today's price, which is the next thing. What are the New England Patriots willing to offer? And that's the reason why they can't let him get out the building, and DeAndre Hopkins may not get out the building because now it's a price point type deal. You hear people talking about trying to, what they're going to offer him money-wise. He's looking at Odell Beckham, who got $15 million and has upwards of 18 if he reaches his escalators in his contract in the 23 season. So if I'm D-Hop, I'm like, it's about getting to a winner, but at the same time, Ryan, you want money in your pocket, man, moving forward.
And not only that, Bray, but we did the topic yesterday of the coaches on the hot seat, and I don't think it blew us away. But Bill Belichick was on that list. Bill Belichick is a 1 season away from asking for his resignation. I don't know if they'd fire him, but they might have to because this is a what have you done for me lately business. I don't think Robert Kraft is okay with not making the playoffs, not even being in the conversation in the AFC. We list off about 10 teams that we think could win the Super Bowl in the AFC, and I don't think you mentioned the New England Patriots at all. Just off the top of my head, teams that could win the Super Bowl potentially in the AFC: Cincinnati, Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas City, Jacksonville.
I thought Jacksonville.
Miami.
Same time. Look, this is the thing with Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. Everybody wants to look at it and say, hey, he's got 6 Super Bowl championships with the New England Patriots. His job is good. You touched on it. It's the Janet Jackson song in the 80s. What have you done for me lately? You got to continue to win. The other thing about it is Robert Kraft, we don't have to speculate on what he's thinking. He told us at the owners' meeting in March, Ryan Ermanni, he said, in an interview, right at the owners' meeting, he said, look, man, this not getting to the playoffs, this not winning a playoff game, this isn't what the Patriots are about. This year, he said last year we tried some things. When he says last year we tried some things, last time I checked, Robert Kraft is not a coach. He is not an offensive coordinator. He's not a defensive coordinator. He's not a player. When he says we tried some things, they didn't work. Now this year, we have to get to the playoffs. We need to win a playoff game now. That's a little unrealistic. But getting to the playoffs, he's talking right to Bill Belichick.
And part of that, too, with Belichick is Belichick's arrogance in thinking that Matt Patricia could be the offensive coordinator of that football team, and Joe Judge, the offensive co-offensive coordinators of the New England Patriots. I think that's part of the issue, is that the arrogance with Bill Belichick to think that he can turn water into wine by just having any Joe Schmo defensive coach or a bad offensive coach in Joe Judge. Give them the keys to your franchise. Give them the keys to your Mercedes.
Last time I checked,
or your Cadillac.
Les Stanford. Last time I checked, his initials weren't JC. He's not turning water into wine, and I think that's the biggest issue with Robert Kraft. That's what he's really mad at. If Bill Belichick wasn't the general manager, if Bill Belichick wasn't messing up the draft every year, if Bill Belichick wasn't putting coaches in the wrong places and not having success, if Bill Belichick wasn't wasting the first 2 years of your first-round draft pick quarterback 2 years ago, if he wasn't doing those things, if he was just losing games, that's one thing. Then you can use the, well, you know what? He's won 6 Super Bowls. He's been to 8 Super Bowls here. It's not a big deal. But when you're doing all those things, Ryan Ermanni, on top of not winning, now you got problems.
Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Gino Barata from Fairway Packing Company. We'll get Gino up here. We're going to show you some of these tomahawks that we got on the grill. We'll get Chef up here as well. I mean, we've got a fantastic grill situation
the wind to
happening
slow
over
down a
here.
little bit.
I know this wind is killing
We
me,
just
but
need to take this.
I don't know. But we'll talk to Gino Barata from Fairway Packing Company, tell you everything you need to know about this place and this family. What an incredible family since 1956. Fairway Packing has been at the forefront of the meat industry locally here in the city of Detroit. We'll let you know about that next, but first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for your chance to you'll be automatically entered for your chance to win not one but two vehicles from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. That's right, two cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, your best bud, your son, your daughter, your mom, your dad, whoever you want to give it to. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. You could walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, two cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. And there they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
How about that rookie? He is something else. How big is that?
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage. We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, broadcasting to you live from Fairway Packing Company, the steak shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods. Gino Barata is with us now. Gino, thanks so much for everything you do at Woodward Sports, and thanks for doing what you do in the community, too, because this place in Grosse Pointe has become kind of a hub for many of us who get off work, want to grab a little dinner, go to the grill. It's just a fantastic, fantastic place. Oh, we got to get Chef Christina up here, too.
Oh, here she comes.
Christina has been on the grill. Oh, my gosh, look at that. Christina has been on the grill over here off to the side with tomahawks, burgers, steaks, all kinds of things. We're going to get a quick shot of that right now. Whatever camera you want to take there, Parker, get a quick shot of what's happening over there. But, Gino, first and foremost, before we talk about the steak shop, talk about your family. The Barata family for over 60 years have just been ingrained in the Detroit community, in the Metro Detroit community, and beyond, really.
Yeah, so we always took care of restaurants, hotels, casinos, country clubs. That was our core business. Just nothing but the finest, and sourcing the finest, going out, getting the best farms, getting the best product, aging it correctly, dry aging it correctly, cutting to perfection, and taking it to the restaurants. And that's growing into the storefront we're at here today in Grosse Pointe. Grosse Pointe's where the whole family's from. The name Fairway comes from the street. You know, our grandparents raised our fathers on. And we wanted to start this here, and we're happy to be here in Grosse Pointe.
You know what? I think it's so incredible, too, that this family business is really a family business. I mean, you walk in here and you see brothers and cousins and kids and grandkids and everything else.
Yep.
This is the epitome of a family business. I love it.
It's important to us. Family's the most important. Growing up with really nice traditions, that's the way we got to keep on going.
Yeah, absolutely. Braylon Edwards, we got the tomahawk that Chef Christina has been whipping up for us over here. What do you think about this here tomahawk?
It looks amazing. I'm excited, man. You mentioned 1956. I'm 1983. They both have the 21. So you cannot go wrong with 21. I'm excited, man. I see it. I'm excited. Now take me through the process of 1956 till now. What has changed about Fairway Packing?
A lot's changed, the way we do business, but a lot as far as like how things go from the farm to the plate has been the biggest change. With the sourcing, the branding, our partners, our chef partners are the most important thing to us. That relationship is the most important thing in this business. To build that relationship, that trust that you have for them, to give you that order every day and for it to show up to your restaurant the way they want it, how they want it, and when they want it.
A lot of people here in the chat want to know if we've got look. There's Detroit people all over the globe, right? And
we go anywhere.
That's one of the assets of the way we do things. Not being on the radio, you can access us in Alaska or California or Florida or whatever. People want to know, do you ship anywhere? And yes, you ship anywhere.
We ship anywhere, we're available to ship anywhere in the country. Next day, everything goes fresh. Nothing's ever frozen. When that order comes into us, just like a restaurant would call their order in, that order's cut fresh, it's packed, it's put in a box, and it's good up to 5 days, but they usually rise to you in the next.
And Gino, I was talking to Emmett about this, Emmett Barada, who you've seen here on our show before. One of the things about going, it seems like the prices are so insane now, just no matter where you go. People don't have to go, and I'm not saying don't go to the restaurants. Yeah. I'm not saying that at all, because it's a great thing to do. But people don't have to go now get that restaurant-style meat and pay whatever for it. You can come get it and go home for a fraction of the price.
Yeah,
and
Ryan,
I think that's one of the benefits of this. Like you go to one of the great restaurants and eat, but you can get this right at your home too.
Yeah. These are the same steaks right here that go to the top restaurants throughout the country, really. Right. So we're here for them. And,
I think that's important. I think that's important. It doesn't. You're not pricing people out that can't go spend a bunch of money at a restaurant. Yeah. You know what I mean? You get your great family meal right there at your own house. I think that's fantastic. Braylon, did you have the burger?
I had a piece of the burger.
Oh yeah, that this wind is relentless.
Listen, our burger is what's so unique about our burger is it's really a steak, ground up. Yeah. We're taking all of the trimming from our short ribs, briskets, ribeyes, tenderloins, and mixing that with our prime chucks just for our house blend. Then you come inside the store and you have the chop house blend, short rib, brisket, chuck. Then you get the burrata blend with the it's got the Wagyu dry age trim in it. So.
Let me ask you a question now, you guys. So these amazing pieces of meatballs that you guys have in here and everybody comes in, not everybody is a prime and proper chef. Not everybody's a Joe Muir chef. Do you guys also have recipes in there how you guys can help someone to get it to look like that to perfection?
Yes. So,
or do I have to buy the meat and go to Google? I'm just asking.
You can do that too, but listen, what's so unique about the store and when we set this up was to have it be, chef driven and inspired. So when you come in here, you say, you come in, I want to do this tomahawk. Okay, Braylon, how do you plan on cooking it? You're gonna medium. So medium. So
you ruined it.
Do medium rare.
Medium rare.
It's tough to,
you want me to say rare?
No, medium rare is fine. I think
you said hey, that's good.
Yeah, you said medium. I thought
I'm black. What do you want to cook? I'm black.
Well, you've ruined it.
Hey, look, medium now compared to where I was in college, long ways away from that. I was well done in college. Yeah. I was well done. I'm in medium. I'm in Jesus. Okay, medium rare.
Medium rare. Hey, listen, and we're gonna cut that open. That'll be medium rare, and we'll see. But there's so many different techniques now of cooking, and we have the sous vide machines here, which is cooking in a straight to temperature. Yeah, it's cooking in a bag.
It's
in
almost like
water.
a boil, right?
Exactly. It doesn't boil. It takes it right to the temperature, the internal temperature you want, and then you would get
a Ziploc bag and drop it.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw
kind of similar principle.
I saw somebody make an omelet.
Yeah.
A lot of restaurants are cooking it like this now.
Yeah.
You're taking this, the steak that cost them, close to $100.
Yeah.
And you don't want that coming back.
No.
The guy's saying it's overcooked.
Overcooked, right.
It cooks it to the perfect temperature there. Then you take it out, and then like what we do, like Christina over here, what she does is she fires
Christina.
She fires it on that grill that's piping hot just to get the nice sear.
Right.
Okay.
You would never know that this steak was sous vide. You know what I mean? If it came out.
My sister now, shout out to my sister Jay, shout out to Rain, who's doing much better for those of you that are asking. The way she does it, I think she sears it on one side on the top of the stove for 2 minutes, sears the other side for 2 minutes, and I think she puts it in the oven then for is it like 7 minutes on a broil or something like that?
7 to 10 minutes, depending on the thickness. That sounds about right.
I want to try that, though.
So, yeah, there's that technique. There's the reverse sear. And I like to do it old style. I like to get the grill hot, put it on there. But when it's a thicker steak like this, you got to, move it around a little bit.
DJ Tom T told me to tell you guys
DJ
hello.
Tom T, the best.
He's at
him out here spinning in between.
He's gonna be at another place for 4 to 8, so he couldn't. But he told me to tell you guys. So like, say he's always.
Oh man, Tommy T. Shout out DJ Tommy T. Hey, I also want to say that. Okay, so fairwaypacking.com. If you wanna ship out in order, that's fine. If we're here in Grosse Pointe Woods, grab your Father's Day steaks as well all weekend long. You're a big sports fan, I know. Talk to me about the Lions. How excited for the Lions are you this season? And how much better is business when the sports teams are good?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just the whole, not even it's just the atmosphere around Detroit and the attitudes, and even our office. You come in on a Monday, and after a Lions loss, it's ugly.
First 7 weeks of the season last year.
They come in with the win, but we're the first ones to say we're going to the Super Bowl, baby. So we're excited. Listen, there's a lot of hype, and I believe it. I've never bought into it before, but I am now. I really am. I think that this regime has really done a great job, and I think this is going to be the year we really turn the corner.
That's awesome, man. I love it.
Here's a good one. Who's the closest to getting a championship? Like the closest to getting a championship: Super Bowl,
oh my God,
Stanley Cup,
World Series, NBA title.
Larry O'Brien. Who's the close? We know it's not
we still
them.
have a women's basketball team?
We don't. They might be.
We said Oklahoma.
Right. The Detroit Shock.
Listen, I never thought I would say this, but I might have to say the Lions.
The Detroit Lions.
It is true.
There we go.
It is true.
Oh, it's true.
Right.
It's damn true.
The Red Wings are a little ways out. I mean, they're putting together a good, decent team now. They're still a few years away. The Pistons,
long way.
I mean,
right. We'll
we're
see
going
where
through another transition, and the Tigers.
God help us.
Yeah, we're really. That was the one that I thought, 3-4 years ago, they were going to be able
when
to
they were
turn
77 and 85 or something like that. Then we thought last year was the year they'd make the run a little bit, and then they went backwards, and here we are
they
again.
They got us excited this year.
They did.
They
dropped us off. Injuries.
So, Braylon, so in the last, let's see, it's 2:40 locally if you're watching live. In the last hour, we've seen former Stanley Cup champion Kirk Maltby shop here.
Oh, wow, you did tell me that.
Kirk Maltby was here. Al Sabatka was here.
Okay.
Al Sabatka was here of the Red Wings. And Mike Abdenauer was here as well. Mike Abdenauer, long-time trainer for the Detroit Pistons. Yeah. He was here as well. And about twice a week, you'll see Ryan Ermanni.
That's right. Hey, listen, Ryan, you never know who you're going to run into.
Right.
People love to eat good stuff. So
I know it sounds so goofy, but I get so giddy over this Wagyu and all this stuff. I just love this place. So come on out. Check it out. Gino, thanks so much, my friend.
Guys.
Thanks for having us out.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
When we come back from commercial,
right. We're gonna cut this up.
Chef Christina, come on up here.
Yeah, come on up, Chef Christina.
Let's do this.
Yeah, come on. We're just having some fun on a Friday here. We are gonna take a break. Let's slide it. We'll slice it up. Absolutely. Slice it up. When we come back, we're going to have some breaking news from the NBA. Ja Morant's suspension is in from the NBA. Too harsh, not enough. What say you? We'll talk about Ja Morant and should the Pistons make a run at him. We'll talk about that next. But first, a message from Dispo.
Now, speaking of relationships, Gino, you mentioned relationships, how good it is to have the relationships with good people. Much like yourself, we have a relationship with Woodward Sports, Fairway Packing. Dispo is a great place to go.
Oh, my God.
Dispo is great. I'm talking about Riley with the Y. Emma, they had me up there 2 days ago. And if you're a cannabis enthusiast, if you are CBD, it's not just smoking. They have ointments for you if you have bad back. I golfed today and I have a horrible back, but I had some of that THC ointment, put it on, felt a lot better. They're cool. They have 11 locations. The one we went to was in Romeo. They are like a cannabis mall. You walk in, you lose your mind in there, man. It's very colorful. It's very nice.
My God.
Check out Dispo. Join us, actually.
Go to Dispo and then come here.
There it is. There it is. Dispo. At
Braylon, try that.
Okay.
Oh, my
What
God.
piece?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Wow. Is that something? We're going to take a break. We'll be back with Ja suspension.
What do you think of that, medium rare?
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
How about that rookie? He is something else. How big is that?
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage. We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
How about that rookie? He is something else. How big is that?
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
We are out here live at Fairway Packing, the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. We just had one of the most amazing cuts of meat, I think, humanly possible or animally possible.
Humans cooked it, though.
That humans cook, yes.
Cooked it.
And I do want to thank Bruce Anderson as well. He's just down the street. This is community, man.
Tell the people, what school did Bruce go to? What high school?
Bruce Anderson stopped by. He works at the flower shop.
shop.
Hey, Bruce, thanks so much. Give you a shout out to the flower shop down the block here. They've been there for over 40 years. Bruce went to Bishop Gallagher, wanted to say hi to another fellow Bishop Gallagher alum, the great Braylon Edwards.
Down the
Community,
street, man.
this whole place, the steak shop family, the city family, everything about it is fantastic, and we're happy to be part of the Fairway family here at Woodward Sports Network. Come out, get your Father's Day gifts. You know, people buy booze for their dads.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a bottle of wine or whatever. Buy them a steak.
Yeah. So funny.
You know, I mean, steak has been the go-to birthday gift for me now. Somebody's got a birthday, I buy him a steak.
It's so funny because, you know, I got 2 dads. I'm blessed to have 2 fathers. But Stan don't eat steak, nor does he drink. So I'm
Well, get him the pork
2.
chop then.
He ain't eating.
Oh, the chicken.
He can stand some fried chicken.
Get some fried chicken. Hey, Braylon, big news in the NBA today. Really big news. And Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA, said that they would have this news after the NBA Finals. If you look up, the NBA Finals is over. Ja Morant suspended without pay for 25 games. Over a quarter of the season, Ja Morant gets suspended for a couple of different violations ethically. Nothing was illegal that he's done. He's done nothing illegal. Right. I want to make mention of that. But anybody in the public eye, I have one at Fox 2. They're called ethics clauses. We all have ethics clauses, and if you negatively reflect the business that you work for, doesn't have to be against the law. Those clauses in contracts are in there, and every NBA player has one as well. I'm sure you had one in the NFL.
Right, we definitely have clauses in the NFL. You know, I'm torn a little bit with this decision between the NBA, and I'll tell you why, Ryan. Has Ja Morant done things that he shouldn't have? Yes. Has Ja Morant been immature in this situation? Yeah, he has. Does Ja Morant deserve some discipline? Yeah, he does. He deserves a lot of those things. But here's why I have the issue. It's twofold. One is he gets into issues during the year. Once again, nothing came up where he violated in terms of law, broken any laws. Happened during the season. Then he does it again, then he does it again. Then you have this situation where he talks to the league, tells the league, I think I have a little bit of a problem. The league says, we believe you do as well. Hey, let's send you to this place, or here's a place where you go. Or Ja went to his own place. They said, okay, cool. Suspend you 8 games or 4 games, whatever, 6 to 8, suspend you. You go to this place. He does whatever the hell he does in 3 days, Ryan. Whatever the hell he does in 3 days. Then he comes back. Hey, I think I'm feeling a little bit better. The NBA brings him back. But why does the NBA bring him back? Because he's one of the most talented, one of the most dynamic young superstars in this game. You need your superstars for the playoffs. So they were cool with bringing Ja Morant back for the playoffs. Then, you know, he doesn't make the playoffs. They lose the game. Another situation, another thing happens, and all of a sudden, well, we keep telling that damn Ja Morant, and so now we're going to suspend him 25 games without pay. That's not fair. As someone that has been to a facility seeking treatment, seeking help, if you will, 3 days ain't enough. And if you're an institution, an organization, a business that believes that he has an issue, if you believe he truly has an issue, then there's no way in hell that you would be okay with letting him go to a place for 4 days and then coming back and saying that he's okay. The NBA failed Ja Morant much like Ja Morant has failed the NBA. So 25 games without pay based on that situation, I don't think that's fair for Ja Morant. Now, the NBA has a much bigger problem we'll get into, and I'll let you respond to that. The bigger problem, this 19-year-old stuff, this one-and-done stuff, it can't keep happening in the NBA. Kids in this space where mental health, where we've allowed kids to have the mental health excuse, because sometimes there's excuse, sometimes it's definitely needed. You have that going on. You have the way they're raised. You have what they're saying on social media. Like this era right now, suicides are up in high school. We know all about that in Detroit because we lead the charge, which is a terrible stat. But that's up. That's going on with social media. It's so hard. You're going to give $250 million to 19-year-olds. You're going to give $40 million to 19-year-olds. You keep coming out. And they said, well, we did it in the past. Different individuals back then. Everybody's not slated to handle straight to the league, Ryan Ermanni. Kevin Garnett, he was a grown man back then. He's a different dude. Moses Malone, different guy. LeBron James, what his upbringing was, he was mentally superior to that. Different guys. Guys like in this era, what they go through way more than we can know. And I'm just telling you, it's going to be a bigger deal. But too harsh, 25 games, because the NBA played a part in that as well.
So the suspension itself, 25 games to start the season because of, quote-unquote, conduct detrimental to the league, reckless conduct detrimental to the league. That's what the suspension will be filed under. Here is the quote from Adam Silver. Now, this is after Ja Morant had been suspended for 8 games following a similar issue back in March where he brandished a gun.
Once again, it wasn't anything illegal.
This is the quote. Ja Morant's decision to once again wield a firearm on social media is alarming and disconcerting given his similar conduct in March, for which he was already suspended 8 games. The potential for other young people to emulate Ja's conduct is particularly concerning. Under these circumstances, we believe a suspension of 25 games is appropriate and makes clear that engaging in reckless and irresponsible behavior with guns will not be tolerated. That is, end quote. That was Adam Silver of the NBA commissioner.
What's the difference between what Ben Simmons went through or what Ben Simmons went through in terms of his mental health, and he claimed mental health, and he was able to keep all of his contract, versus what Ja Morant is going through? What's the difference? Like, it's all mental health. So I'm trying to figure out how you dock one guy 8 games, then 25 games, and then you say, well, although he didn't break any laws, he brandished a gun and it goes against the NBA shield. Meanwhile, another guy took a ton of games off. He missed a bunch of games, but he said he had mental health. But the other guy said, you know what, I have something going wrong, and you sent him somewhere. That's where there's the disconnect for me.
Let me ask you a silly question here, and maybe I'm making too much of this.
Right.
The NBA is at the forefront of so many social issues, and part of that is gun violence.
Yeah.
How do they juxtapose being so at the forefront against gun violence,
not mental health,
and then but I'm just talking about guns here.
Yeah.
But then not do anything or have a slap on the wrist for Ja Morant. You know, if they were to, if they're out there, gun violence, end gun violence, this, that, and the other thing, but then one of their best young, brightest players is out there brandishing a gun recklessly, or at least showing it off, however you want to characterize it. I'll just say showing off a gun. How do you juxtapose that if you're a league?
In terms of what? I'm confused.
Like, I guess I'm trying to say, how do you?
So you're saying 25 games wasn't enough?
No, I'm saying I think I'm okay with the suspension.
Yeah.
I actually, this is what I'm saying. I don't like being suspended if you don't do anything illegal.
33 games?
Listen to me. I don't, unless it's illegal,
Yeah.
I don't like any suspension, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Because the guy didn't do it. He's guilty of being stupid. And I'll tell you why.
And his parents are stupid, and the apple don't fall far from the tree.
He's guilty of stupidity because these are self-inflicted wounds. And maybe there's a better analogy to use. This is his own social media or his own friends' social media. This isn't somebody was out recording you. This isn't something that somebody had this gotcha moment. This is himself on his own Instagram story, and then sitting in a car, and your buddy's Instagram shows this stuff off.
I get you, but here's the other side of that, though. When it's so simple, to say, oh, this is stupidity, when something is so simple, I think it's actually much compound than that. Because if it was that simple for Ja Morant, then he wouldn't brandish a gun, whether it was fake or not. Like, if it was that simple for him where he can just say, you know what, this is stupid, let me not do that. You know what, this is dumb. Or his parents talk to him, say, you don't want to do that. You already blew $38 million, missing the games
without
early.
pay now, too.
He blew the $38 million, not making all pro,
right?
Missing the games during the season.
Yes,
you've already blown 38. You would think that somebody that's already blown $38 million the first time around, the 8 games that he missed, if he was that stupid, if it was that simple, he would do it. I think it's bigger than that, and that's why I go back to the situation. 33 games for no broken laws, but the man told you he had a problem, but you let him back. That's where the NBA dropped the ball at, is I have a problem. I'm coming to you. I got a problem. I'm going to go get some help. Okay, cool. We appreciate you. We're going to send you to get help. We'll put you with a place. And then you bring them right back. Nothing was dealt with. Nothing was talked about. So that's where the NBA has failed Ja Morant, in my opinion, is 8 games. You said he went somewhere, and then he came right back. He didn't get any help. He left the facility. Facility treatment was over. He plays in the playoff. He dropped 49 in that one miraculous game that didn't count for anything. And now all of a sudden he's back out there doing things. Something's going on in that kid's life. His parents can't help him. His sister can't seem to help him. And the NBA is not helping him as well. Although 25 games.
So what do you do in that case?
I don't
Braylon?
know, right?
Yeah, I know.
If I'm being honest,
I know. That's the hardest part. I think
I can't tell the NBA what to do because I don't know. I can't tell what genre. I don't know.
I think that's the frustrating thing to do. And if you look at your own life or your own situation or your own issues, I think the reason why it's so frustrating is because you see a problem, you want the solution for it. You see a problem, you want the solution for it. Sometimes you see the problem and you don't know what the solution is, so you get frustrated and that's.
Here we go. We live in a world where everybody connects to everybody. Everybody is within a text away. Everybody is within a tweet away, an arm length away. What if Adam Silver and the NBA say, hey, look, man, we're open, one, to suggestions on how to handle this problem. But two, here's what they do. Just get a group together, and you guys do it. Like, have a weekend. You do a weekend where you have Chris Paul. You got to call out the heavy hitters.
Okay, wait a minute.
You know I'm going with
You're
this?
onto something. You're onto something. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to pivot with you.
Okay, all right.
You're onto something.
Yeah.
Let me just kind of
push you there.
What about instead of Adam Silver just throwing down the hammer? What about creating a group of a leadership council of NBA players, not the players union, not the players association, but a group of players that the NBA and the Players Association can agree upon.
Chris Paul is going to be in there.
Chris Paul,
CJ McCollum.
Whoever.
I love CJ McCollum.
Whichever 5 guys you want.
Need a young guy. Yeah, 5.
What about Adam Silver in combination with this leadership council of players in the NBA?
And maybe some former players.
To come up with these suspensions.
And maybe you have like 2 former players.
There you go.
Somebody that you know is going to be fair, like a Magic Johnson or somebody like that. And maybe you guys just sit there and rap. And it's not for the masses. It's not to be recorded. It's not, hey, everybody, the presentation starts at, you guys sitting there and just rap for the weekend and try to come. Maybe he'll be open and say, look, this is what I'm dealing with and this is what I'm scared of and blah, blah, blah. You got to have real conversations.
Would a change of scenery help this young man? We'll ask that question next. Should the Detroit Pistons, you want to get funky here?
Let's get
with
funky.
The Detroit Pistons? Should the Detroit Pistons make a run at Ja Morant? But guys, am I doing a Guardian? Randy Wise. Who's got Randy Wise?
Not me.
I don't have Randy Wise.
You do.
Do I have Randy? Hold on, Mr. Randy Wise. Hold on, Mr. Randy Wise. Oh, my gosh. I don't have Randy Wise, guys. I'm sorry. Randy, I love you, but I don't have a Randy Wise here.
Big boy.
Oh, wait, no. Is this Randy Wise?
Is that Randy? Is the golf
Oh, yes. This is Randy Wise. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry.
This guy.
How would you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Darren McCarty, and Braylon Edwards play golf with average Joes? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you'll be able to do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice. Pay attention to Woodward Sports for more information. Hour number 2.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Sean Jordan from the Sports Marketing Agency, and SMA wouldn't be who we are without our amazing partners.
Thank you so much, Sean. You know, at Detroit Wayne, we want to serve as a resource for you and your families. We offer mental health services, substance use disorder services throughout our communities, and we want to be that source and resource within the community.
If you or a loved one are suffering from a mental health or substance abuse issue, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-241-4949.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network. We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
I am still stuck all over this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hold on. We got this tomahawk here. We just can't let it go.
No. Not at all.
I mean, this is incredible stuff. Oh, Guardian Alarm. Oh. Hold on, Guardian.
Stay out.
Stay out.
Just know to stay out. You see that black and yellow, it tells you one thing.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts and have been for over 90 years. When you see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house, it tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 professional monitoring, customized solutions from real experts, and technology backed by people means one thing. You are backed by the best. Call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
All right, Braylon Edwards, hour number 2 of the program. We are live from Fairway Packing Company, the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. Yes, yes. Hey, come out, get Dad a gift for Father's Day.
The gift.
The gift.
This is the gift.
The ultimate gift that he will never forget. Grab him one of these tomahawks, man. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow.
We are located in Grosse Pointe Woods. All right. All right, very good. Glad we, yes, very good. Ja Morant, now Braylon Edwards, 25 games he is suspended by the NBA, and I'm just curious, if you are the Detroit Pistons, in the position you're in, this is a very young player that can write his script.
Yeah.
It is up to him, Ja Morant, whether or not he's going to go this way or whether he's going to go this way. Only one person can do that, and that's him. Would a change of scenery do him good, and can that scenery be with Monty Williams and the Detroit Pistons?
It definitely could be with Monty Williams, Detroit Pistons. I mean, he runs the 2. Cade is willing to play off ball at times, but Cade can run the 1. I mean, you have Jaden Ivey. You could figure it out, but it's not necessarily up to him. It's up to all parties involved. I'll give you an example. With Ja Morant, you see a situation with, I guess how he handled the situation. He lost in NBA Finals to LeBron. He gets mad, and the situation happens, and it's blah, blah, blah.
Who? Ja Morant?
Ja Morant.
Lost to the NBA?
No, they lost to the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
Lost to the Lakers. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, with that, it just seems like outside of the players who are all wild, like, they're wild down there in Memphis. Like, you saw them, they were going after LeBron. They were going after Lil Wayne. They're going after each other. The coach doesn't have, like, he does not have them. Dwayne Casey, they may not win the games, but he had the players, though. Like, he could talk to the players. He can give them advice. He can guide those guys. Bring it back full circle. Yes, Monty Williams is now the head coach for the Detroit Pistons. Monty Williams is a guy that I believe can get Ja Morant. It's up to Ja, but at the same time, it makes it easier if you have support. It makes it easier if you got a coach that you believe cares about you, or at least wants to care, like wants to understand. Sometimes people just live in that world where, look, man, you shouldn't have had a gun, and they don't want to talk to you, or you shouldn't be doing dumb stuff, and they don't want to talk to you. Sometimes you got to go behind behind closed doors. Yo, Ja, what's going on in your family, man? Yo, what's going on with you? What do you need? How can I help you as a coach? I believe Monty Williams can be that guy, but that's a lot of money, and I don't know if Memphis is willing to get rid of him, but something's going to have to shake, and I believe a coach like Monty Williams could help a young player like Ja Morant.
Jaren Jackson spoke about. Do we have it? We do not have that. Okay. We'll play that for you on Monday. But Jaren Jackson talked about Ja Morant and what. So yeah, I think anytime you have an opportunity to get one of the best players in the league, and I do think Ja Morant is a top 20 player in this league for sure.
Top 20. He was up for MVP, like literally.
I was just being generous.
I was whoa.
Just throwing it out there.
He's top 15.
Top 15 player in this league. If that player, if you can make a run at him, I think you do it, because you have to have confidence in your organization. You paid your head coach upwards of $100 million. Now, that's granted, they hit all incentives, but
not all of them. To your point,
not all of them, but
go make a move.
Go make a move.
If I'm Tom Gores, like here we go.
Thank you.
You want to talk about Tom Gores? If you're Tom Gores, you go to Monty Williams and say, look, I got you. I brought you here. You're the head coach that I believe can turn this franchise around. That's why we paid you what we paid you. This is what I'm thinking about doing, Monty Williams. Are you on board? I'm thinking about getting rid of however many players we need to, with the exception of there's probably 3 guys I wouldn't get rid of. If I'm Detroit, it's 2 guys I wouldn't get rid of. That's it. It's 2 guys. That's it. What if we got rid of them enough to get Ja Morant, and I bring Ja Morant up? Ja Morant now becomes your focus. Because if you're Memphis, Memphis loves Ja Morant. They love what he can do on the court, but it's too much other stuff going on with Memphis. I guarantee you Memphis is probably at that point where it's like, when he comes back, he's got that first window when he comes back, and other than that, see, they're fed up with him. When you, like, so right now, they're approaching the situation different. They're just, like, waiting for the next thing to happen. And by the way, it's happy birthday to Marcus. I know it's your birthday, Marcus from Detroit. Happy birthday, my friend. It's a situation where as soon as he comes back, they're waiting for the next thing, and then it's over with. If you're the Detroit Pistons, you can go in there to Memphis, and Tom Gores can tell Memphis, it won't be Tom, but it'll be the front office, Troy Weaver. Hey, look, what do y'all need for Ja Morant? Let us get that problem off your hands, and that's how you got to word it. Let us get that problem off your hands for you. You see what's going on? We believe we have a culture that is conducive, that can help him build, help him grow. That's how you got to go to Monty Williams. And Monty Williams say, I want that guy, I want that kid. That's how you make it happen. But I'm definitely in line with that because I believe in Monty Williams, and I still believe in Ja Morant.
Do you think Troy Weaver makes a bold move in the next 6 days?
Yep. Absolutely. We talked about this last week.
6 days, by the way, is because the NBA draft is 6 days from today.
I think they make a bold move in the draft. I mean, before the draft, and I think they make a bold move during the draft. I don't think they're picking at 5.
That was going to be my next question.
I beat you to it because I know you. They're not picking at 5. Like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You pick at 5 every year. What has changed? Like, you're somewhere between 5 and 10 every year. Nothing has changed with the players that you're getting at 5. And I know we got a couple good players. K 1 year was pick 1. But other than that, man, it's the same thing. Pick 5. Here we go. Oh, it's going to be different. No, it's not. You need to make a major move, and I think they will.
You know, I'm not going to even pretend to tell you that I know exactly who these guys are. Yeah. Look, 3, 4, 5 of them of the top 6 didn't even play college basketball this year.
Yeah.
So, and even if they did play college basketball, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know which player would fit in the NBA with the Detroit Pistons. I just don't have that kind of expertise. I'll just be honest with you. I have no idea. I can see the highlights, but I'm no general man. NFL, now I got you. I am an expert. But in the NBA, I am not. But this much I know. You cannot draft another 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kid. You can't do it. It is not going to help you.
Plays shooting forward,
it
small
is
forward.
Not going to help you. This is a man's league. You need men to play in the NBA. And you've already got the youngest team or the second youngest team in the NBA. It's not worth it to take another guy.
Yeah, I mean, you look at guys that win a championship. I think when Giannis won a championship, he was 30 or 29. You look at Jokic this year, Jokic is 38. LeBron won a couple years back. LeBron was in his 30s. Steph Curry won last year. Steph Curry was, 33 last year when he won the finals. I mean, you look at when Kawhi Leonard won, when he was the Raptors, he was 30. You got to be in your 30s winning. You got to have studs, man. And Ja Morant is the guy. If you're going to go that route, but you got to give up a ton to get him. But, hey, look, man, that's the next step. You got your coach. Now you got to get yourself a signature player or two. And I think they're going to make a move. They had 6 days to pull something out of there. You know what? Let's go. You went big on the coach. Don't stop now. Like, don't stop with the first big move, which is we got Monty Williams. We paid him this. We bought him in. Don't stop now. Monty Williams was the first piece. Now you got to get yourself 2 more pieces to help out the organization and franchise.
What about Bradley Beal? That's not a guy you need right now,
but
is it?
But Bradley Beal's contract is up, which means he gets to control where he wants to go. Bradley ain't coming here. Bradley, he would stay in Washington.
Yeah.
Like, he would stay in Washington if it wasn't for that. Bradley Beal is trying to get to a winner. Bradley Beal is trying to position himself to Miami or position himself to Los Angeles or position himself to one of those guys that are right there. Bradley Beal is not coming to Detroit.
Where do you think he goes? Do you think Mike Dunleavy takes a run at him? Mike Dunleavy taking over in Golden State? Mike Dunleavy.
Hold on, where the hell is that?
From Duke.
I know Mike Dunleavy
has been elevated to the general manager to take over for the Golden State Warriors.
So, you know what's interesting about that is one of the biggest speculations about why Bob Myers left is because, Lacob has 2 sons. I think Kent and Clark or something like that. I think the speculation was that he was going to, one of those guys was going to take over GM. So Bob was like, shoot, I know that his son is going to take over, so I'll just leave before I get fired. Mike Dunleavy is the one that got the job?
Dunleavy Jr.
So that's either right now where he's interim before and let the other two guys or his sons let them get some time to learn the position and then get fired. I don't see that full time. I don't see that as full time. I get it. You live in Grosse Pointe.
That's my dad.
I know. I know that. That's how you look at
My dad showed up to the broadcast. How about that? Good stuff. All right, yeah, so definitely something to keep an eye on. Guys, we're going to go around the NFL in just a little bit, but first a message from Big Boy. Braylon, let me tell you about Big Boy. Strawberry. There's a Big Boy right across the street, by the way.
Is that where you and Lukey go?
That's where we go, right across the street. Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. Try the classic breakfast items like some strawberry hotcakes or mouth-watering red velvet waffles. If you're not feeling breakfast, try the strawberry bacon chicken wrap or cool off with their refreshing summer splash. Don't forget to grab dessert, including their very delicious classic strawberry pie, deep-fried vanilla Oreos, or strawberry hot fudge cake. Sorry, my voice is losing it a little bit here. You can go to Big Boy for more. Get that hot fudge sundae, too.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
How about that rookie? He is something else. How big is that?
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
You know something? Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Maz isn't here. Maz is out of town right now in New Jersey. What's up, Tom? How you doing out there, Tom?
Uncle
Mazawey?
Tom. Tom Mazawey. I thought you said hi to Uncle Tom.
No. I did see Uncle Tom. I'm going to get those car kids.
So Tom Mazawey, by the way, I texted Tom Mazawey
today. Okay, you text
today.
Tom Mazawey.
He is going to go to Holston's tonight in Jersey.
Sopranos.
The Sopranos.
Okay.
I asked him, I said, you got to take a picture. I said, you got to take a picture. He says every time he's in Jersey, he goes to Holston's, where Tony Soprano, the final scene of The Sopranos was at Holston's in the booth, and he sits in Tony Soprano's booth.
The infamous blackout.
Yes.
Just walk out.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Episode?
The reason why I remember, because I didn't watch it live when it happened. I knew about The Sopranos, but I was one of those guys that kind of missed the wave, missed me. So I just acted like I was watching it. I didn't actually finish watching The Sopranos till 18.
Really?
Like I watched it, so it's fresh in my memory because
I was in college when this happened.
Oh,
and we were freaking out. We
thought the cable
we
was
thought
out.
the cable went out, and we couldn't believe it. It was a terrible thing.
Yeah.
We were. It was another story for another day.
Do this for me. I see the excitement you have about this area. Now you stay in Grosse Pointe Woods. You stay down the street from where I've been to your lovely home. Like this area, like what is it about Grosse Pointe that you love so much? What is it about the people, the atmosphere, the area that this is your spot, this is your area?
You know, it's just any time you're from someplace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's special to you. It's like Cheers.
Okay.
You know, it's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. You walk in, you walk down. Everybody's friendly with one another for the most part. You know, I mean. I think this area is you're close to a freeway. You're close to downtown Detroit. You've got 4 major sports and 2 colleges all within an hour away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bad.
And a major airport. You get to anywhere in 30, 40 minutes.
You got a major airport right down the street.
Yeah,
it's City Airport. It's right
City Airport's right there too, right? So I mean, it's just it's got everything you want. Family, community, safety, everything.
Like when I was going to
You
Harper,
pay a premium for taxes.
Man, you ain't lying about that, man. I know about those out West Lonefield. But the thing that always struck me going to Harper was Bishop Gallagher. Shopping for Coach Saidi during school hours. Don't worry, I'd already got my necessary credits out the way, so it wasn't any BS. I just love the greenery over here. Like the greenery, the trees.
Tree City, USA.
Exactly. You're close right there to the water. We are the land of lakes, not Minnesota. It is us, by the way. That's what I always loved about this area, just the water and the greenery, man.
That is one part about this area that places like Birmingham and Bloomfield don't have, and that's access to the water.
Sure.
That Lake St. Clair is so special. It's so incredible, and it kind of makes summer a little bit. The views and just being out on boats and everything like that. So, great area. Braylon, I wanted to go through some NFL topics with you. And it's more about the running back position. It's almost like these running backs have unionized within themselves. J.K. Dobbins of the Baltimore Ravens now is avoiding practice because he wants an extension. And again, I don't blame these guys. I just don't. Now, 20 years ago, I might have. If I was a 16-year-old kid and my favorite player is not in camp, I'm probably mad.
Yeah.
But the older you get and the more you realize what's right and what's wrong, these players should get paid. Why they are so minimizing the running back position, devaluing the running back position in the NFL, I just don't understand.
How long are we from a running back strike? And it sounds funny to say, you're like, what, running back strike? Shut up. Writers are on strike right now in Hollywood, and I can't wait to see how bad those movies and TV shows are going to be next year and year after that, because they're writing right now is like substitute writers. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. How long before you're on a running back strike? Because you got Najee Harris, who comes out in support of Dalvin Cook yesterday. You got J.K. Dobbins, who's now coming out on behalf of Najee Harris, who's coming on behalf of Saquon Barkley.
Saquon
Barkley, Dalvin Cook. How long before they just get together and say, you know what? But see, this is the problem with the NFL. Because if you get 32 starting running backs to sit out, if you get all 32 to say, you know what, hey, look, we're going to sit out. Like, we're going to sit out collectively as a whole. You know what the NFL will do? You know what the NFL teams will do? That's cool. Hey, Jahmyr Gibbs, get in there. Spell David Montgomery, since he doesn't want to be here because he's a part of this NFL strike. Hey, Dalvin Cook, when he was with the Minnesota Vikings. Hey, Madison, you get in there since Dalvin wants to support the NFL strike. The problem is it's too many bodies. People always ask why the NFL. The NFL players put themselves in those situations. It's because it's 61 players. And it's always the next man up, and you're always worried. In the NBA, you go on strike, it's 12 guys. Those guys are going to be collectively together, baseball and hockey. NFL is always the next man up, and that's why J.K. Dobbins, that's why Najee Harris, I understand your complaints. They are warranted. I mean, they are validated. They are marked. They are stamped, but they are just complaints because there's nothing that's going to change.
And, again, I think I feel like BASF. I don't make a lot of the products you buy. I make a lot of the products you buy better.
Exactly.
Because I think you're making a lot of important points. I'm just going to tweak a few.
Go ahead. Help. That's what we're here for. Help me out.
I don't think there's going to be a running back strike, because then you got guys like David Montgomery who are getting paid $6 million a year and just fine with that, which, by the way, I don't think is a lot of money for a player like David Montgomery. But the point you're going to get to is really elite athletes not wanting to play the running back position. Find a spot for me. Make me a slot receiver. Make me a wide receiver. Make me a defensive back. Make me something. Make me a safety. Make me anything else, because that is where the big money positions are. And I think people have figured this out. We're talking about the running backs. Now, what about a guy like Deebo Samuel that had a contract dispute? Because he's like, hey, I might not have all of the statistics a number one wide receiver would have, but that's because you use me as a running back. You use me as a wildcat quarterback. You use me all of these different ways, so I'm never going to have elite stand-off, jump-off-the-chart numbers to back up any contract. But you see, when you watch me play, you understand the value I have to your team.
You're 100% right. Deebo Samuel's a guy. He got paid after that Super Bowl run. No. Did they lose to
come on up, Christina. We got a break in the action here.
I think what's going to have to happen. Oh, you're good. You're never
no
interrupting.
So, Christina, tell us real quick what you got. What you got here?
So we have a prime New York strip and a filet mignon.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So don't mind us continuing to talk about sports while we get this slice. Braylon, you were talking about Deebo Samuel and him getting paid a couple of years back.
He got paid on the run they lost to the Rams in the NFC Championship, man. Like you said, it's the extra carries that he's getting. It's the extra reps. It's the reverses. It's the other things he gets paid for. Excuse me. But just thinking about it in the whole, the only way that that position will come back is if eventually it comes back to that position. It's going to take a player to make that position special. Like, it's going to take something where you have, I don't know, like a Christian McCaffrey, but even better. You got a guy that's throwing touchdowns, a guy that's running, again, like a Deebo Samuel. It's going to take some hybrid running back to come out and be like, oh, yeah, we need more like that, and then the position will make a comeback. But that's not happening within the next at least 3 years. That's not happening.
And again, look at these elite guys that we just talked about, though. Christian McCaffrey, second contract traded.
He gone.
Ezekiel Elliott, second contract, didn't get through the second year.
Dalvin Cook.
Thank you, Christina. Dalvin Cook, second contract that he signed 1 year ago, cut.
Saquon Barkley, they don't want to pay him.
So it's almost like these guys are getting paid the second contract just for that one extra year, and then we're done with you.
I'm telling you, man, it's and I feel like the players that are getting paid at the running back position have defensive coaches, because these offensive coaches, they don't want to pay the running back. Like, you look at the offensive coaches, Jason Garrett was there when Zeke got paid, I want to say, but I guess he's an offensive guy. He's a former quarterback. Guys are coming in and changing the system. We talked about it yesterday, and I think that's kind of what's going on. You look at Dalvin Cook. Kevin O'Connell comes in. Kevin O'Connell comes in for the Rams. They didn't have a running back when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, Cam Akers played, just the playoffs, and he wasn't that good. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs. People are looking at that model. McKinnon, Pacheco, they're doing it by committee. You look at the Buffalo Bills. They need a running back, but at least they've been to the space without a running back. More and more guys aren't looking for that running back. And when head coaches or GMs, they get into new places, they new situations, they're like, do I want to pay Dalvin Cook that kind of money? Do I want to pay Ezekiel Elliott that kind of money? Do I really want to pay? Because think about the other holdup. Who did they just get as coach? They got a new coach with the Giants. They got Brian Daboll.
Right.
Brian Daboll understands the pass game. That's how Josh Allen was successful. Brian Daboll was like, do we really want to be locked into Saquon Barkley for $14 million a year? Guys are coming in and they don't want to pay these running backs. And for the value use, I mean, look, there were only 9 running backs to rush for 1,000 yards last year. And it's 17 games, by the way, now, so there's extra games. It's not a lot of guys getting a lot of run, man. A lot of receivers getting a lot of yards. So we'll see. It's the way it happens. We talk about
right.
NBA
Ebbs and flows.
Ebbs and flows, baby.
Ebbs and flows. That's right. All right, guys. When we come back, it's cap or no cap. Some people call it true and false. We say
cap or no cap.
That's right. But first, a message from Fairway Packing Company, where we're are broadcasting live here at the Steak Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing has been providing Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. And let me tell you, we are getting to sample a lot of it today. You will not be disappointed. Experience the Fairway difference today. Visit the Steak Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. Come on, all weekend long. Come get Dad some steaks. Grab-and-go steaks, and they ship anywhere. Next-day shipping. One day. Order online. Fairwaypacking.com. Fairwaypacking.com. Sourced, cut, aged, packed to perfection.
To perfection.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Love Woodward Sports? sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports Clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
How about that rookie? He is something else. How big is that?
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage. We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit. But we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. Baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports. Have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Maz isn't here, but we send you Tides in New Jersey. Ryan Ermanni, how you doing over there, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm doing so good. Look, I mean, come on. I just feel so grateful to eat like a king over here.
Let me ask you this question.
I want to thank Chef Christina over there working the grill
putting
hard
it down.
for
She's been
us.
working hard. She has not stopped moving since I've been here.
We love you, Christina.
We definitely
do. We love you. We love you.
So, Ryan, we've eaten, Wagyu. We talked about tomahawk. These are exclusive cuts of the meat. These are expensive cuts of meat. We talked about when first time you had it. You said 42. Probably first time you had a tomahawk. I remember first time I had Wagyu, and first time I saw those two initials on the menu.
A5?
No, MP.
Oh.
So it was MP next to Wagyu. I'm in the league. I'm early.
You're making $1 or $2.
There's some change.
Like getting checks for $100,000 checks every week.
I'm in New York, Ryan. I'm in New York, and I'm on a date. I see, got the Wagyu. I get the MP. I say, oh, yeah, let me get that. And let me add this. Yeah, let me get all that. It's just two people. Get some nice wine, some nice drinks. Don't you know the bill? It's like $1,300.
MP for the lay people out there. Market price. What we pay, we don't know what we're paying.
Yo,
yesterday's price ain't today's price.
No, yesterday's price wasn't even known. It wasn't even known. So literally the bill comes, and I'm looking at the bill, and I'm
two people,
Ryan. And you got to think, this is 23. I just got drafted a year ago. I'm like looking at the bill, I'm looking at her. I'm looking at the bill, I'm looking at the waiter. I'm looking at the bill, I'm looking at her. I'm looking at the bill, I'm looking at the waiter. I'm like, how did we get to $1,300? And then I realized what market price meant. And then I realized how much Wagyu's.
Oh, still got those hands.
I still remember how much Wagyu's cost.
Those hands.
Man, my meal by myself was like $800.
That is insane. But, we talk about, we always.
Don't even know her name.
It must have been a good night then.
No, shit, after I got that bill, it ended then.
JB over here. JB shaking his head.
It's
over
Friday,
here.
man.
It's Friday. All right, Bray, you got a little cap, no cap?
Cap, no cap. And I'm making this up off the cuff. Parker hit me, and I was supposed to come up with these, and I apologize, Parker. Golf outing, 6:30 this morning.
How did you hit him today?
My back has been so tight. I gotta get myself in some better shape, if you will. But the chipping and putting has been very good. I hit 2 really good putts, missed a bunch by just
Where'd you
this
play?
month. Played Fox Hills.
Nice.
Knee is better. That was a part of it too. I hadn't been out there. So the chipping and putting, which is the hardest part of the game, actually has been good. My driver, it was god awful.
Really?
Today it was god awful. But thanks, my stepmom and my dad, Stan, got me in the game, so didn't have to worry about that. Cap or no cap?
Cap or no cap? True or false, basically. But
okay.
We say cap, no cap.
Let's make this up on the fly and have some fun with it. Ryan Ermanni, cap or no cap? Patrick Mahomes. No. Jokic will win another NBA title before Patrick Mahomes wins another NFL title. And I know how you feel about this because I know where you picked. I know where you picked the Chiefs in terms of the confidence meter. So Nikola Jokic will win an NBA championship before Patrick Mahomes wins another NFL title. Cap, no cap.
That's no cap.
So Nikola Jokic then.
No cap.
That's cap.
That's cap.
That's cap.
That's cap. Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
act like
Okay.
mad.
Yeah.
Don't become mad.
No. Wait.
Come on. We'll start over.
Let me tell you, that is cap.
There we go.
Okay, that is cap because I don't know. Like, do I think the Denver Nuggets can go on somewhat of a run? And by run, I mean win one more. Right. Right. I mean win one more. Dude, this Jokic guy is 28.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen now is all these players are going to want to go to Denver. See you, Uncle Tom.
See you, Uncle T. Hey,
all right, baby.
You still got the cleanest ride out here, man.
Yeah, Uncle Tom's got the clean ride out here. Absolutely.
Little Dodge situation.
Got that Dodge out there looking good. Look, I do think that they're set up for a run, okay? But Patrick Mahomes is the best football player on the planet.
But is he going to win the Super Bowl next year?
It's going to be between him and Cincinnati, I think. I think whoever wins the AFC will win the Super Bowl. I think that conference is that dominant. Yeah. So I do believe I'll go with Patrick Mahomes just because it's hard not to.
Okay, so for you, that's cap.
That's cap.
I'm going to say no cap. I like what the Denver Nuggets are. I like how they're constructed.
That's a great question.
See, I was waiting for that
That's
one.
a great question.
I like how the Denver Nuggets are constructed. The NFL is hard. It gets harder and harder each year. I mean, don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is that guy. Like, I'm picking them to win the Super Bowl because you have to. But Denver, I believe they're going to win back-to-back championships with the Kansas City Chiefs. I know Patrick Mahomes might win the MVP, but are they going to win? So I would say that is no cap.
No
my
cap.
friend. All right, here you go. Next one. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What do you guys think? You guys got cap. We got JB and Parker down here. They don't have microphones, but cap, no cap. No cap. No,
yes.
He's with you. JB's no cap. Parker's too slow. You got no mic. It's just cap or no cap.
I got you. Jokic will win a championship before Patrick Mahomes wins his next championship.
Cap.
Okay.
Parker's with me.
Yeah, exactly. He's on the wrong team. It's okay. JB, it sounds good. JB, forget you. You're on my team. All right, here we go.
Kay.
Cap or no cap?
Okay.
Bijan Robinson experience is overrated. Cap or no cap? Because right now, they got him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. They got him to be this running back, to be that. It's your homeboy. He's going to save the Atlanta Falcons, the draft pick you want, Art Smith.
Okay.
Cap or no cap that the Bijan Robinson experience so far is overrated?
It's a hard question, but I'm going to go no cap, and I'll tell you why. If you just want to even break it down, will Bijan Robinson have a better first year numbers-wise than Jahmyr Gibbs? I would say no. I would say no cap because Bijan might get a lot more opportunities than Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Bijan might get the ball 15, 20 times a game. Jahmyr Gibbs might get 7 to 10 touches a game, between carries and passes, because that offense, there's so many weapons on the Detroit Lions offense. There's so many weapons. This offense is stacked, and you never know where the ball is going to go. In Atlanta, it's not that easy. It is Bijan Robinson, and that's it.
Yeah, I think the Bijan Robinson experience is overrated as of right now, so I will say no cap, because there's no cap that is an overrated experience. All right.
This steak is unbelievable.
Cap or no cap, that's the best steak ever. This is the best place ever. We know that is no cap. Ryan Ermanni,
I got one for you.
Let me get this one out.
Okay, good.
I'm getting to that age. I might forget it. All right, cap or no cap that Monty Williams, how do I want to phrase this question? Monty Williams will not make the whole longevity of his contract.
I say that's cap. I think Monty Williams is here for the long haul, and I think he will be here for the long haul. And I think he will not only sign this contract, I think he might be here for the next 12 years.
Oh, Okay.
I think this will be Monty Williams' last coaching destination. He will be here for a while. He's going to be the next Chuck Daly of this franchise, where he is just going to be here until he's not here anymore. But so Chuck Daly went on to coach for the Nets. But
yeah, I'm calling no cap. I do not think Monty Williams makes it through the longevity of the career. I do not. I got it pegged 4 years.
4 years?
4 years.
Okay.
4 years.
Okay. All right.
I see it at 4 years.
Here's one for you. Last one for you. We ready?
Yeah.
The Michigan Wolverines will have more than one player up for the Heisman Trophy. Is that cap or no cap?
Now, when you say up for.
In New York.
Ooh, multiple guys.
Multiple guys. Much like a Will Anderson, Bryce Young. Could you see a Donovan Edwards, Blake Corum?
Isn't it funny? Right when you ask me a Michigan question, I just popped my Michigan rubber band.
Oh, my gosh.
That's bad. That's an omen.
You know what? Answer that one after the break. Let me take a break.
I'm going to think about
it. Think about that one.
Look, I'm going to show the people.
Think about that one.
Show the people back home so I don't think I'm BSing. This just happened, and it says football alumni.
Got to ask you a Michigan question, Braylon Edwards. Let me take a break. But first, a message from Outdoor Equipment Company. Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company, your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Braylon Edwards, they service the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing.
What else do they do?
Oh, baby, they are your power equipment playground.
Power equipment.
For more, here's the website right here, right above my head, OutdoorEquipCo.com, OutdoorEquipCo.com. Thank you, Parker.
You got it right. I see it.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Hey, welcome back, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com. If you are watching live, subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube. Everybody in the Woodward chat, I don't have a monitor. I just want to say thank you. I'm sure you're in the chat.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being in there. And hit that like button for us. We are broadcasting live from Fairway Packing Company, the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods.
It's funny. Everybody always asks, am I in the chat? Am I paying attention? The answer is no. I don't follow the chat. That's what Maz, Ryan from time to time. I don't follow the chat because then I would get lost in the chat. Then I would be only in the chat. So you know how I follow the chat? Shout out to my mom. Yeah. Mom follows the chat for me. Mom gives me a little bit what's going on. So shout out to Mom. Watch the show as always.
I got to tell you, I totally underestimated the weather today. I am in shorts and a shirt.
You want this jacket?
No. I mean, I'm used to it now, but I totally underestimated.
I got lucky. I had to golf this morning.
You would think I would know what the weather is. We do the weather at Fox 2 every 10 minutes.
And you got Derek Kevin, who's amazing.
And I didn't pay attention today. Longstreet, I hope if you're watching, I love you. I just wasn't paying attention today.
But no disrespect to them. One, they don't know for sure. And then two, they have the hardest job in America as it relates to their particular job because they got Michigan as a state.
Right.
You can't predict anything in Michigan.
No.
It was 49 degrees, I think, when I got in the car to go to the driving range. Then it got hot for a second. It was 71, and then I was floating around 62. So that's not their fault. That's Lady Michigan.
Hey, Braylon, I would be remiss if I did not touch on Michigan football with you. Yesterday, we talked about it a little bit, saying I think we both believe.
The answer's no, by the way.
Okay, let me just reset it. I think we both believe Michigan is going to wind up back in the college football playoff. Yeah. Will they have 2 players in New York for the Heisman Trophy? Will they have at least one?
They'll have one, and it'll be J.J. McCarthy. I think with having Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum, the big thing right now is who's starting. Like, it doesn't matter who starts. Like, it doesn't matter. Georgia has been running the 2 running back system for a very long time, and they've had a slew of running backs go in the first round, go on to the NFL, and they've had a lot of sustained success in the SEC with that. So you can have a 2-headed monster, but the problem is it's much like Renaissance back in the day when they had 2 guys for Mr. Michigan. They had 2 guys. They had Malik Harrison, and then they had Joe Crawford. They had both those guys going tick for tack. You can't win when you got tick for tack, tick for tack. Drew Neitzel ends up winning Mr. Basketball because he's just one guy. J.J. McCarthy will be the guy that goes to New York for Michigan, but they will have a guy in their representation.
Let me ask you this, and I'm just thinking about it.
It's a quarterback's award.
I'm just thinking about this now off the top of my head without putting any thought into it.
Cap.
But what we were just talking about, the running back position and how guys don't get paid at running back. If you're Donovan Edwards, don't you almost ask not to be played at running back anymore and be turned into a slot receiver or some type of threat on the outside? If I'm Donovan Edwards, I'm a Jahmyr Gibbs type player. I'm an Alvin Kamara type player.
Right.
I don't want anything to do with the running back position because those guys flat out don't get paid. And their careers are very short. We're talking about Odell Beckham Jr. getting $15 million coming off an ACL.
No. Thank you.
2 ACLs.
Same knee.
15 million. Guy's been in the league for 10 years plus.
And has $3 million worth of escalators.
So, I mean, if you're sitting there, if you're a college player and you have the opportunity to be a wide receiver or be a running back, what are you choosing?
Yeah, you got wide receiver. I remember my brother, Berkeley. This is when Berkeley was at Chelsea. My dad, and I was the 49ers. Berkeley's with Chelsea. No, I was with the Jets and the 49ers while he was in high school. So I'm talking to my dad, and I'm like, Dad, you got to play Berkeley at wide receiver. Like, you got to let Berkeley play wide receiver. And this isn't against my father, but this is just me. I saw then where it was going. I saw where the curve was. I said, you can make way more money being a slot receiver than being a running back. You can have more longevity being a wide receiver. So I was like, yo, let him get some experience. Like, when he gets to Minnesota, put him in the slot. Talk that over. It never happened. But if I'm Donovan Edwards, man, like, unless you, because you don't control the draft. You don't control where you go. All you control what you do before the draft. Donovan Edwards already has a touchdown passing, so you got a chance to see his arm through one of J.J. McCarthy. You got a chance to see him run. You got a chance to see him running as a starting running back, run between the tackles last year against Ohio State. The more that he can do, the better off he will be. And if I'm Donovan Edwards, I'm going to the offensive coordinator. I'm going to Jim Harbaugh, and I'm saying, hey, look, whatever you guys need me to do, don't be nervous to throw me the ball. Don't feel scared to put me out, to split me out. Have those conversations, because more passes you catch. Why were we so excited about Jahmyr Gibbs? Jahmyr Gibbs averages 500 yards a year receiving.
Right.
Like, yeah, the running stuff is amazing. Jahmyr Gibbs averages 500 yards a year or 400 yards a year receiving. So I would just ask to do more. The more you can do, the more will be in the NFL.
Braylon, this could be one heck of a football season here, and we are just.
He's a Patriots guy, by the way. I'm telling you, I can see that.
Who? Donovan Edwards.
Bill Belichick loves what school?
Michigan.
What was the running back they had that should have been Super Bowl MVP or at least co-MVP with Tom Brady when they beat the Falcons? James 25, the running back. Remember he had
He
had 3 touchdowns. He had a 2-point conversion.
God,
he had 100.
James White.
No,
not.
It was James White.
But he's not from Michigan.
No. I didn't say he was from Michigan.
I thought I misunderstood. Yeah.
I said what school does Bill Belichick like? Michigan. It's Donovan Edwards. What you do is you make yourself appeasable to an institution or franchise that's going to keep you around forever. Like, look how long they kept James White. They finally let him go, I think, last year. That's what he's appealing to. That's what he's he's auditioning for. You introduce him for a franchise, look at you and say, look, we want him around forever. And that's how you do it. Kind of like Kevin Falk.
We're in for a pretty special football season, I think, coming up. We're about 83 days away from the Lions opener in Kansas City. And then you've got Michigan's opener actually a couple of days before that on that Saturday. Michigan State, look, we don't know what they're going to be, but if you're a Michigan fan and if you're a Detroit Lions fan, this might be the best football season combined that you have had ever.
It's not even close. I mean, because last year almost was. And Michigan State had a terrible year, but Michigan, they did what they do, 13-0. And they did go 13-0.
Yeah.
13-0. The Lions went 9-8, but they finished, 8-2. This is going to be that year. And even Michigan State, the Big Ten sucks. And I can't imagine. I think Kim's a better.
Somewhere Drew Sharp is singing in heaven right now. Oh, the Big Ten sucks. The Big Ten sucks. The Big Ten sucks.
And Drew is absolutely correct because the Big Ten does suck for the most part.
Right.
I think Michigan State has a chance to win 5 games, maybe 6, just because it's Michigan State. It's a bigger brand. You got a better quarterback now, and the Big Ten sucks. But with that being said, yes, you're correct. Lions, Michigan State, you're correct.
All right, we're going to be back to wrap it up with our friends from Fairway Packing. We'll do that next. But first, a message from Les Stanford, Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. Les Stanford has expanded into Ferndale, trusted name for over 50 years. Les Stanford Buick GMC, same great service that customers have come to know. Go check them out on Woodward, just south of 9 Mile. And, of course, looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac? Look no further than Les Stanford in Dearborn on Michigan Avenue for over 55 years. You can find the brand you want, all GM brands under one umbrella. LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com.
Find new roads.
Find them.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network. We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
How about that rookie? He is something else. How big is that?
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Cap.
No
Cap. Look at these hats, man.
Look at
Gino, thanks for hooking me up, man.
Welcome, boys.
Now, why
did
you get the white when I got the black one? That's our running joke, man. We're good. I love it. I think we figured out the deal with me, medium rare, and understanding. I think it's about who you have cooked the product. Because when you say medium rare, some spots, I've had it come out as abomination, scared the living Jesus out of me. I didn't want to eat it. But this is done the right way. It's about cooks it. Is that fair?
Absolutely,
Okay.
it's fair. This is perfect temperature right here. I know we can't, if we get the camera to come up here and check this out.
Parker, grab a camera and just kind of grab it and yeah.
If not, I can take it off the stage and put it in the camera.
Just keep look. Yeah, there you go.
But this is a nice medium rare right here.
Look at that, Parker.
Good job.
Maybe a little bit more now that it's been sitting for a few
Shout out to
minutes.
Parker working hard.
Good job, Parker. That is
good,
gorgeous.
man.
Gorgeous. Now, what kind of meat is this?
This is a prime bone-in ribeye.
Okay,
Oh, my
prime
God.
bone-in ribeye.
This is a perfect gift for Dad. Look at that. Dad,
This is.
take this right out to the doghouse. The Dad's right here.
Dad, this is coming home for you, buddy.
Right here.
This
This
is
is
coming-
a perfect steak for Dad.
And then Angel, Sasha and Nala, we got some bones for you guys. Those are the Pomeranians.
Now, Gino, we've had so much fun out here today.
blast.
And again, can't thank you enough for your partnership here at Woodward Sports. Maybe you want to thank some people who are out here with us.
No, just listen, you guys too. I mean, it's like you said, it's a partnership, and we're proud to be a part of it. And that's how those are the people we do business with.
And we're gonna have some fun during football season too.
I will be here.
The Lions are going to the Super Bowl, right?
Right, they are going to the Super Bowl. This is our year. This is our year.
This is our year.
This will be my Saturdays. This is my Saturday stop before I stay at the hotel downtown because I will be going to some Lions games. You got season tickets, huh?
Yeah, I did. I got season tickets for the first time in my life this year because
blame you.
of the excitement surrounding the Detroit Lions. I mean, it's going to be one of those great seasons. And again, part of that season is enjoying the experience, watching the game at home, having your barbecues, having your friends over, getting some steaks or burgers or pork chops or whatever on the grill, and enjoying that experience with the people, your friends, your family, and watching the Lions win. Michigan's going to have a great year, so you could do it follow it up Saturday and
Go
Sunday.
Blue.
Yes, sir.
What are you guys doing for Father's Day?
My son's at a baseball tournament, so it's like what fathers do. Cart the kids around all weekend long, so we'll be up at Eastern Michigan playing ball all weekend, and then the downtime we'll be by the pool and grilling up some steaks.
Oh, man, it's just it's so great to be here. Big fans of yours, and anything we can do for you in the future,
Likewise.
let us know.
Pleasure.
And I know we'll be calling on you.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. No, this is great, man. It's great to be out here. Like I said, I went to high school down the street, man, so it's good to be in the area. It's good people. Always has been good people, man. I'm excited, man. And this food is great.
And a special shout out to Chef Christina over there.
Oh,
I mean,
look
who
at
has
it,
been just doing it for us out here.
Sous
I
chef,
mean,
her husband.
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
sous chef.
Yeah.
I cannot forget
I know,
about.
right?
But
How
I
do we
cannot
forget about
forget. I cannot forget.
She also has the cold hat too, man. The hat's perfect. It goes with
The shirt's perfect.
Right.
It is.
Well, again,
I enjoy romantic walks through.
I enjoy romantic walks through the meat department, no doubt about it.
There
Well,
it
we
is.
want to invite everybody out. Come here ahead of your Father's Day cookouts.
Yeah.
Fairway Packing Company on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, the steak shop. Gino Barata, the Barata family. Nash over there back there. He's been doing such great work with us as well. Gino, thanks
you,
so
boys.
much. Want to
Thank
thank
you.
Emmett, too. You guys are great.
you.
Love your
Thank you so
family
much.
and continued success.
Likewise. Thank you. Russ.
All right.
You
Braylon,
too.
love you, buddy.
I love you too. Shout out to the Ermanni family, man. All their Ermanni family friends just hanging out.
Oh, man, you know.
I got to see Uncle Tom again. I got to see Pops.
Yeah, oh,
I got
yeah.
to see Teresa.
I'm very big. I'm very
I
big with the
see.
plus 60 crowd. Very big with the plus 60 crowd.
That's a double entendre, by the way.
Hey, what's
See Kenny over there too.
Right, very big. All right, Bray, get us out of here.
Look, Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, man. We appreciate you guys for having us out here. We will come back again, and we appreciate our fans for tuning in. Thank you for bearing with us this week. It's been a long week as it relates to the audio situation, but we are getting it fixed. We'll be worked on tomorrow, and we'll be back on Monday, man. So for me, Fairway Packing, for Ryan Ermanni, JB, Parker, Chef Christina over here, Nash, and everybody in Grosse Pointe Woods, we are Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. See you next week.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.